Okay, so here we are with
wow.
Ralph Attanasia.
That's me.
Artist extraordinaire, cake sculptor, toy designer.
This is
his first time. Yes.
This is how I know you're a man of taste.
Get the E-wing.
Yes, that was my best friend and I are constantly talking about how great this and the Headhunter.
Oh yes,
two of our favorite ships.
Yes.
So when this came out,
wish they would make the Headhunter. I mean, sort of, but yeah, it was such a cool ship. My only regret is that the figure. I liked the figures in the package, but they only released the pilot with this.
Right.
So for me to get another one to unbox, I have to.
No, it's too much.
So this is just like some light stuff, here and there, a little bit of odds and ends. We got thing, and over. Oh, I should probably here. Let's see. Clap 2 times really loud.
Guess that was not loud enough.
Try it again. A little further apart. Oh, what the heck, dude? Vader. What's going on? Okay, Vader doesn't want to turn on, so whatever.
He's getting old.
Yeah, man, he's just done.
An act of violence was done to me recently. It was pointed out that Star Wars is going to turn 50 within the next couple of years.
Oh yeah,
that was rude.
Yeah, wasn't it? Especially when you were around for it. How old were you when it came out?
Oh, negative. Something.
Yeah, there we go.
I came out in '84.
Oh, okay. So
I was a year after.
You're like, I appreciate your fandom because you weren't even alive when any of them came out in the original trilogy. So come on over here. Yeah, we got a few things I'm working on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can get my lights on in here. And working on a lot of different things. This is my newest project. There we go. We got a nice this is pretty much vintage.
Oh wow.
1977 to 1983, 84, 85. I can write around there. So that's my. That's my
you got the
even the rubber stamps like this. I've been even going after stuff like weird stuff like the candles and soap.
Yeah, I've only ever seen pictures of this playset. It is weird.
Yes, it is. I mean, I remember at the time it was really cool. I mean, I just loved having the cardboard backdrop. Little thing to play with, and they literally copied it for Hoth.
Oh, it's the same. Yeah,
it's the exact same thing. And then it's up here. You'll see another one, the Rebel Command Center. I do have to say, though, I do love the art. I do absolutely love.
And I honestly, I'm not.
Oh no,
I'm not here to say anything bad about it, really, because I love anything that gives the figures some kind of context when you're playing with them or setting them up or whatever. It just elevates it.
That's so true. That's kind of what I've been getting into lately. I've been trying to find beater figures to put in a Rebel troop transport. I wanted stormtroopers. You know what I mean? And
man, this thing when it showed up in The Mandalorian, and then the toy that they made of it, it's become one of my favorite vehicles.
Is it?
Yeah. I like how it's just the Stormtrooper minivan.
Yeah. It was my favorite toy growing up.
They're all in there with their orange slices waiting for Vader to drop them off.
Here we go. But I absolutely loved it because it had they had the sound effects, the little record player, like the equivalent of the pull string from like Woody,
Oh yeah.
And it had 6 sounds, and I've been actually restoring a couple of them to try to resell, but trying to get the record to work because it's not easy.
That's tough.
So that's
this. I got the new version of the droid factory that they had at I think they sell it at Galaxy's Edge. That must have been where I got it.
The droid. Oh, is it like a cleaner? I think I have it somewhere.
Yeah. It's like a hot water, cold water. The droids
I have
change
that
colors.
In the other room. I have a little Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, that's the micro collection. It came out in '82.
Yeah, so this is before the Micro Machines one.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I think it was a phenomenal idea that just came out too early. I think had they waited on that and did this around the time of the '90s, I think it would have been so popular but it was so much better than Micro Machines because the figures are slightly bigger and metal. So they just
the metal is nice.
They had some nice heft to them, almost like those Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, they're just about that scale too. They're like D&D minis.
And then we got our glasses. And I got some 22-year-old kid who's come to me.
Is that supposed to be Bosk?
yes, it is supposed to be Bosk. I don't quite get the ears. It looks like a
I
Bosk
think
and a Tauntaun.
he does have, because that was my second guess was going to be a real wrong looking Tauntaun, but then I saw the proper one next to it, and I was like, okay. But he does have kind of like pointy little scales up at the back of his head.
Yes, yes. I got to tell you, I've been so fascinated with the vintage. Not just, I mean, I don't have the funds to like buy like prototypes and the one shots and stuff that they have of everything. But I've been fascinated with how these designers. I mean, the guys that built all these things, especially Kenner, they're like rock stars now. They're all going to conventions and signing autographs, just like Mark Hamill. Like Jim Swearingen is the guy who designed a lot of this stuff, and he's like a celebrity now.
So. I did an internship at Mattel last summer.
Oh, okay.
And I got to work on a lot of stuff. I got to do some stuff with the Jurassic World movie that came out this past summer, which was cool. Which also really felt like full circle because like I was on my stomach in the grass as a child, playing with the old Kenner Jurassic stuff, and then now
that was Kenner. That's right.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's fantastic.
But there was this one guy I was working with who I had an action figure of as a kid, and I didn't know it.
Oh,
because he was an action figure designer at the time. There was a Princess Leia that came with a Rebel Trooper.
Okay.
In like the 90s, and he was he just modeled it after himself. And I was like, dude, I owned you. I've played with you.
That's awesome. Oh my god, that's so fantastic. I can't even wrap my head around that. That's like amazing.
Yeah, it's weird. He's a
I probably had that Rebel Trooper somewhere here. I don't know. It's like this is all modern.
It was like one of those slightly pre-posed 90s figures.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Oh, again, I'll take you around. You can see some more here, but so we got that's most of the vintage, and then over here, and then there's a few bigger pieces that I just had no place to.
What is this?
Okay, yeah, I'm glad you picked up on it. My very good friend Larry, who watches these channels. Larry, good.
What's up, Larry?
He is one of these guys that he's a lover. He loves Star Wars, but he's a lover. He's a comic book artist. He does graphic design for his profession, but he absolutely loves movies. I mean, and he loves all types of movies. And he found this, like, I can't even tell you honest. I think it was a comic book that was coming out trying to capitalize on the Star Wars popularity, and that was one of the characters, a total knockoff of Vader.
Yeah, Darth Vader.
Yeah, something like that. And he found it in a flea market, and he picked it up for me for my birthday, and I said, that's going right in.
Yeah, that's a cool find.
That along with the C-3PO in the back there without his paint. Somebody had that. They took the part, it looks like the one from Hoth. So I said, I'll keep that.
I used to know that one. This thing too, I had.
That's from Solo.
Yeah, and I love it.
And that
they had two of these played. The other one was Vandor 5 with the
train.
Yeah, but
I've been trying to find it.
I almost remembered what the train was called. If I still have it,
the hover train. That's what it is.
I may have thrown it out about a year ago, but if I still have it, it's yours.
Oh, thanks, man. I had it, but I lost it in a flood. In fact, but it's okay.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, this isn't even like it's not much, but it elevates whatever you're setting up or playing with.
I don't remember. It came with, I think, either the rifle or that gun, and I was like, that's all you need. I just need one. Oh, this poor guy's ready to fall off.
Yeah,
dude, what are you doing? Sleeping on the job? Come on.
I think it was this one with the ammo pack attached to it.
So then we got over here. We got the modern. These are just like from all different eras. For a while there, I had them all kind of organized in order. If you look closely, you might see non-Star Wars, or I should say Star Wars adjacent. I've been trying to find things like Buck Rogers, some of the Buck Rogers figures, Battlestar Galactica, just because I remember as a kid when that's from the deleted scene with Fixer and Cammy.
Dude, they got so deep into this stuff. Like, I like to think that I have a pretty solid base of knowledge of this too, and like that one, I have no idea. I've seen that even once.
I mean, I will say that. Did you watch? What was it? Crap, was it Boba Fett? Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah.
The one scene when he goes in and the pirates are in the bar and they were kind of tormenting two people. That's who they were.
Yeah,
that's who the characters were. So it was kind of cool that they brought him back for that, but they were in a deleted scene that never made it. It was good that it never went in. It was kind of stupid, but they made it into like a comic 2-pack.
I love Biggs.
I know Biggs. I mean, all that. But I love the evolution of the figures. Remember, like in the '90s when they were all like super buff.
Yeah, for a minute they had like Han Solo flex.
Like, yeah, they were all at the gym. Even like there's Han in Carbonite. He was even working out when he was frozen.
Well, they were trying. They were trying to figure out like what the toy line was going to be.
Yep. Oh, I was so excited when it came back out.
This figure, Dexter Jetster, holds such a special place in my heart. I remember going to the Toys R Us over on 22, like right by the circle there. Or 202.
Bridgewater, yep.
Yeah. And it was like the first one that caught my eye in the rounded figures for Attack of the Clones.
Now I remember, okay, I need some, some for background for people watching. Ralph isn't just any Joe Blow that comes around here. He and I have a past. He was one of my students at my high school that I teach at, which by the way is my 30th year here.
Congratulations.
Yes. So he was very active in the choral and the theater program. So and we went on a trip. Did you travel to England? Okay, and I believe it was the England trip, which I guess would have been '99. Oh, sorry. Oh. Poor Padme. Is that Padme? No, that's not. That's a clone.
It's Mace Windu.
It's Mace Windu with the clone armor. Oh yeah, yeah. My figure system here. You just like
you're gonna just hang out right over there.
I'm gonna hang it out here, and I'll fix it later. Yeah. So you went nuts. I don't know whether you were looking for him or you found him, and you were so excited about Pote Snitkin. Snitkin. Yeah.
I still.
I just remember Snitkin. I'm like, when my wife really into this.
When my wife was asking for context for what I was doing tonight, I was like, so this was my teacher who, when I was in England, for some reason I dragged him to like a comic book shop because they had Pote Snitkin. I cannot remember why that was such a big deal at the time.
That's it. I remember this. Well, I was secretly, excited to be able to go anywhere where they had Star Wars because I was desperate to find anything that was unique to UK. Because I know, remember at the time, that's, it was a few months before episode 1 came out.
Mm-hmm.
And, they just released the posters and maybe the trailers. And we were just all like, bated breath waiting. The only thing I could find in all of England was a popsicle stick. They had like how you go into like a convenience store and they had a little freezer and you could pick up a pot, like a SpongeBob thing with the bubble gum nose. This was 2 battle droids like in the double popsicle stick. That was it. I have the wrapper somewhere. That's what I got. I was so
this. You're gonna talk about a character that I've done a full 180 on. I hated Hondo.
You hated Hondo?
I hated Hondo when I was first introduced to him. I was like, this character is trying so hard. Like they want Hondo to happen so badly.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But no, I love Hondo. It took me a few years to get there, but I love Hondo.
I will say that his appearance in Galaxy's Edge has, I was liking him. I was getting warmed up to him. But once I got to that point, and I thought, oh my God, I just love the first of all, the animatronic is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, it's such a great story. It's such a great thing you're doing, and it lends itself to it. He's got that little cynic, almost like a Han Solo, but with a little more comical, a little more comic relief, if you will, and you don't trust him, but
no, and you shouldn't, because he was gonna kill kids.
Yeah, he was,
and he didn't even have a problem with it.
No, he didn't. But you just kind of like go through things, and you're like, oh, but he didn't actually do it. It's okay. So this is my vintage carded collection. I should say vintage carded damaged because that's the only way I can afford it.
Yeah.
Sticker.
That's my boy Jabba.
I know, right? Sideshow.
Have you ever seen any of the interviews with Diego Luna where he talks about how badly he wants to touch Jabba?
I love Diego Luna.
He's obsessed with the look of the texture of Jabba. He just wants to touch him.
And have you ever heard like Billy D. Williams talk about his experience in Return of the Jedi?
No.
Oh my God, he just kind of comes in with like, and this is more than recent. Like I was sitting there and like there was this rubber thing here and Carrie's in the bikini and are we doing like porn? What's going on?
So the finale of, it might have been season 2 of Buddy versus Duff. We shot it at Galaxy's Edge.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Just as
you were robbed. I still say you were robbed.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all these competitions.
I know.
But it was just as Rise of the Resistance was open. It was the weekend it opened.
Right, I remember. I was so excited for you.
We weren't going to be able to get on it, and then like as the park was closing, they grabbed us and they're like, if you want to ride it, come now. And we're like, okay. So we didn't get to do the pre-show.
Okay.
But they marched us onto the ship. And as they did, they had all of the cast who were in First Order uniforms were all, like at attention as we walked by and just like staring us down as we went. So it was a different experience, but it was very cool.
Yes.
But like that night was wild because I had Black Spire Outpost basically to myself for a few hours. And so like I just, we got everything set up for the competition. You have to shoot overnight because they can't close the park for this.
Right.
And once everything was set, and there was about an hour and a half where they were taking beauty shots of the 2 finished cakes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to wander around Batu by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And like, even though it was nighttime, all of the like ambient light and like sound. The ambient sounds were all still going. So it just felt like walking through a city at night.
Yep. And I understand from I've been told that they don't shut them off.
No, they were going the whole time.
They go all night. It's like crazy. I would love to be the guy who hoses down the road there, at night.
But the best part of this though is Billy D. Williams was the guest judge.
Yes.
And he comes up, he's quite elderly.
Oh, yes.
And, he was in a wheelchair at the time, and he gets wheeled up, and he's looking at our cake, and he goes, magnificent. The Falcon was mine before it was Han's. And we're like, I know, I'm well aware. And he turns to Buddy, and he's talking to the two of us. He's like, I watch your show with my family, and the work that you guys do, it's not food, it's art. You're artists. I'm in awe of what you do. And I was like, thank you so much. That's really great to say. And then he looks over at Duff and Duff's team, and he goes, now, this guy, I don't know him. Who's he? No shade. I absolutely love Duff.
Oh, I do too.
That was
I do too. We'll get to that.
You keep that in your back pocket forever.
Well, basically. It was really funny too. In watching that series, that season especially, is I was laughing because I've never met Duff, but his right hand man, Jeff, I have met because Karina went to Baltimore to Micah.
Jeff is an incredibly sweet guy.
Yes, he is. And best. We were driving. We had just done her portfolio. She had gotten in. So this is like her senior year of high school, and we were driving. I guess we were doing like a portfolio review or some kind of thing. And we had finished, and we were just about to pull out to drive home. And I'm like, I threw in whatever the name of the Ace of Cakes, whatever the name of his place was.
Yeah.
And it was literally like around the corner from where we were.
Charm City Cakes.
Charm City Cakes, thank you. And I pulled out, and there was Jeff sitting out, like loading something in it. So we just got out of the car, and we just said, it was a long time ago. It was, Karina graduated 2014.
Yeah.
So when did you
Ace of Cakes was before, like that got big before.
Yeah. So we just kind of went up to him like, love your show. Just want to let you know. Oh, thanks. And that was it.
2014. I'd already been doing this nonsense for like 4 years.
I was going to say, I know you had. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit too. So let's take you through.
I forgot about.
Remember these?
Yeah. What a crazy thing.
I almost had a little bit of nostalgic vibes from it this summer because they were doing it with Coke. I said to Cindy though, I said, I'm not getting the cans.
No,
I did, and I got the bottles, but I took the labels off, and I said, I'll just put them in a scrapbook because this was cool that I was able to get this to put them in.
Yeah.
But we had to get a case of 12 just to get each one. And I don't even drink Pepsi, and I don't drink Mountain Dew.
Imagine buying a whole case to get Chancellor Valorum.
Yes. And it was a whole case of Chancellor Valorum.
Oh,
so I had to drink, 12 Chancellor Valorums just to get the one. It's crazy. But the hype, man, we were just so
it was a very, very different time.
Remember these? Target did the glasses, and they like kind of a throwback to the Burger King glasses. These are newer, but they're all the one. They put figures with them, and I said, I don't want to put them in. I don't want to display them in the boxes. I want to display the glasses. So I keep the figures in the
plunk them in there.
That's just so we know which ones are which. But all right, we move in here. We are starting to decorate for Christmas.
So there is a lot more of this basement than I realized.
Oh yes, there is. This is my studio. This is
I recognize.
Yes. So we'll sit here in a little bit, but we're getting ready for the holidays. I'm something like 15 videos ahead, so this will get released as a bonus at some point.
Nice.
And this is where it actually started. This is where I literally started the collection, and then it blew out into there after a few years. So Life Day Chewbacca popcorn bucket. They did not release one this year, I don't think. So, but these are the vintage collection. I have no room. I just, this is why I started selling stuff off. But
I like Rathars because
I
it's a
do.
palindrome, and that makes my brain happy.
And I like this guy. Tell that to Conja Club. That's my favorite. I just. What did you? So are you okay with with the sequels, or are you just kind of they're there and it's fine?
I'm conflicted.
Yeah.
Like The Force Awakens is fun, but it really is very much a Star Wars greatest hits. Like there's not anything new in that movie. It feels like.
Yeah. I mean, well, killing Han was probably new, but
yeah, but I mean, like just in terms of like ideas.
I get that.
But like everything kind of rhymes with something that came before it in like almost every scene.
Yeah.
And then The Last Jedi, I really like a lot of things about that movie, but it is frustratingly uneven.
I get you. I can see
and that. Rise of Skywalker, I may never watch again. I saw it in theaters a couple times, and I'm fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I will say that I'm very curious to see. I'm really curious what it's going to happen. What a 20-year gap is going to do, because I feel like the prequels are getting a little more love now that it's been 20 years for them. I want to see what happens in 20. I want to see
like even the prequels. Like I like the things related to the prequels much more than I like at this point in my life. Like I know when I was younger, I thought Attack of the Clones was so cool, and Revenge of the Sith was unbelievable,
right?
And The Phantom Menace was kind of stupid. And now, if you're going to ask me to sit down and watch one of those prequels, it's going to be The Phantom Menace.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's amazing how like your perspectives change. I mean, age does that, and experience does that. You know,
but like it's got. The score is amazing. Yeah. It's got Darth Maul and the Duel of the Fates and like
one of the most epic lightsaber battles
and the pod race. Like there's so much in that movie to enjoy.
Yes.
And then, like Attack of the Clones is bonkers.
Yeah, it is a little bonkers. It is. I do still love those last 40 minutes though. From the moment they're in the arena.
And that music, especially the, what is it, Across the Galaxy?
Across the Stars.
Oh, well, one of the best pieces of music written for that whole series.
As a music teacher, music professional, I would say that it does my heart good to see the love John Williams is getting now. Because I got to tell you, as a college music student, it was not cool to like John Williams. It was you had a poo-poo on him, and I didn't. I kind of kept my opinion to myself, but I'm like, everyone's like saying all these crappy things. Oh, it's stealing from Stravinsky. I'm like, you mean Stravinsky who stole from who? Who stole from here? Who stole from here? So let's
sorry, he didn't invent all the notes.
And plus he was literally played a cut of the movie with Stravinsky, with Holst, with all these other things, and they make it sound like that. Well, then that's what you do because that's what they paid you to do.
Yeah.
So to me, I was always, and I just got very angry at that. But now he's kind of outlived everybody, and he's just still writing.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're studying like music for film in college, you have a whole John Williams class.
And I will say, last year, to me is one of my pinnacles. I got to conduct my string orchestra, in Carnegie Hall, and I chose the theme from Obi-Wan.
Nice.
Because it worked really well for just strings. I put strings and percussion, some timpani in it. It sounded, I'm still like gobsmacked over it.
That's a hell of a thing to get to do.
That's cool. and I'm just like, you know what? And thank you, John Williams. So then in our case here, we got our sideshow / Hot Toys figures, which I don't know.
The HasLab?
This is the HasLab. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have more light here for you, but this is awesome. Poor Mark Boudreau, who designed a lot of the old vehicles. He designed this. He retired. He got COVID and died. And I felt so bad. I mean, it was bad too. He was in the hospital for like a long time. Yeah. And it was so terrible to go out like that. But he was so brilliant.
Yeah, this thing looks great.
It's right. Literally right on the edge.
I wanted, but it's just like it was a little too big, a little too expensive, and I was like, I don't really have any room.
I mean, if I had my druthers, what I should have done, I should have bought 5 of them, and then sold the other 4. I could have paid for the one. Seriously, that one. I don't know about any of the other HasLabs since then, but this one, if you had backed 2, one would have paid for the other easily within a year. But yeah. Okay. So here are some of our Trooper. Oh no, they look like newer ones. I'm trying to see if I have any. I know I had one. I know I have that guy somewhere. But anyway, we also snuck in a few.
Yeah, my wife just saw that movie for the first time this Halloween.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a Halloween staple.
I hadn't seen it for about 5 or 6 years, and I didn't. There's a lot that I had forgotten about that like is there to appreciate.
Oh yeah,
that movie.
Big time. Then we have this is kind of a lot of this is like that's a custom. Oh yeah, the blurg.
I've been dying for a blurg to come out. I'm so happy that they finally did like a modern one because I watched those Ewok movies.
Oh yes,
endlessly as a kid. They had them at. This is back in the day when because I'm 100 years old now. This is back in the day when
I like how he says he's old.
Rent.
Remember, kids, I taught this kid.
Well, you'd like rent VHS tapes.
Yep, I remember those days.
And we would go to Dazzle Video on Staten Island, and I would rent. I would rent the Ewok movies over and over again.
Oh yes, they are nostalgic. They're a little hard to watch now. Here's my little indie.
I still love Battle for Endor. Caravan of Courage is pretty rough.
Now, I mean, that Battle for Endor was the second one.
Yeah.
And that was the one where, after Sindel's family was all rescued and everybody's happily
Yeah, they like Alien 3 them. Yeah. They're like, all right, well, let's kill all these other characters. We just want the little girl.
Yeah. Oh,
and we watched them all die. Like, we just watched the moment their hearts just blink out.
And we're just okay with this. So this is all mostly Disney, all either Disney Parks or Galaxy's Edge, or I did have somebody 3D printed these, which I love, the little drink stands. And this is all the Halcyon. This is all the merch. Yeah.
What is your Astromech number or name?
Oh, I don't have an. I don't name them because I forget. I did name them. Well, I have one at work because they actually included a drum kit. Because from one of the, I guess Boba Fett, there was the one droid that was playing on the drum set, so they included a drum kit attachment.
That's pretty good.
So I got one and made it all red and black, and it's the MRD unofficial mascot, so it's MR2D2. So there you go. That's the one I've named. The rest of these we just I just wanted to get a sampling of each type of droid.
Yeah.
And
I got one in red and black with this same kind of same kind of dome.
R5 head, yeah.
He's my he's RAA4 because he is my son.
Aww.
So I'm Ralph A. Attanasia the Third.
So he's RAA4.
My little
there you go. That works. So yeah, I think we're mostly the rest. Oh, there's the latest. I don't know if my lights even work anymore because I think they might be out of juice. But this one's dead. But this is my it's best I could do for now.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make 2 levels
just to get it all in
there. Them all in this spot, and then I even have more. Like these are the old Cantina.
I remember those. Those were so good.
Yep. They were so cool.
Did you have that? I'm sure you did that fold-out cardboard Cantina.
Yeah, I still have it. I just didn't have a place for it, so I just kind of store it for now.
Yeah, that one and the Jabba's Palace. Those saw a lot of use in my youth.
Yeah, no, there were some great.
Thing, maybe my least favorite thing about that movie. Oh God! In the theater, that sound was intolerable.
Yeah. They. I will say that I think they were in love with that sound a lot because they just kept playing it.
It's like when you watch the old Showa era Godzilla movies, and they just never stop doing their one roar over and over again.
Yep, I know it. Yeah, so knocked my table here. What else? Yeah, as I said, my shelves are being worked on. We got the Ghost up there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that thing is massive. Oh my God, it's massive.
I didn't realize how much bigger the Ghost is supposed to be than the Falcon until I saw the Micro Galaxy Squadrons one, and I was like, oh, it's enormous.
Yeah, so there's a lot of the modern stuff. We just kind of make a few little scenes here and there, and I just adjust them.
This was one I always wanted, and I never got my hands on it as a kid.
That's such a cool. Yeah, and then a little Endor scene.
First thing I 3D print, I got a PLA 3D printer, and the first thing I printed was one of these bunkers, and then a week later, the the commercially available one came out, and I'm like, why did I even waste it? It was like 4 days, and it doesn't look that good.
There's a guy that I follow on eBay he was the guy that did the drink carts, the droid drink carts. He does like every imaginable set piece and everything, and you can actually either bid on and win the item, you can win it painted, or you can win it you can win the file for like nothing. It's like, he'll sell the file for like $2. So you print it yourself.
This thing, the Nexu, my wife, when we were gonna make a cantina in our basement, the one thing that she specifically wanted was a head of one of those on the wall. So if we ever do make
a head of a Nexu, okay,
she wanted, like a Nexu trophy mount. And so if we ever make that Star Wars room in our basement, I'm on the hook for making the horrifying nightmare cat.
You could 3D print that pretty well. I mean, it's also fur, so you got to figure that one out.
See, but that kind of makes it easier because if you can get close to the shape with just like whatever, with like some hard foam or chicken wire or whatever, then you put the fur over it, and you're really only.
I've seen your work, sir. I don't think it's a challenge you can't handle.
Yeah, I just don't wanna because I'm really lazy.
I think we've kind of covered most of it.
Wild.
Yeah, it's 40. What is it? Where are we? 25. So 48 years of collecting, literally.
7 years longer than I've been around.
Yes, but I've kept pretty much all the stuff.
Next time I had to bring. Back in like 2019, my friends and I were going to do a one-off Star Wars LARP, and I made a whole bunch of alien masks.
Oh wow!
From scratch. So I made like a couple of Weequays and
cool.
What are the green kind of bulldog guys on Jaws? I always forget what.
Nick-2? No. Let's look here. Hold on.
I know exactly what they're called.
Is it this guy? Like Barada?
But he's a Klaatuini.
Klaatuini. Yeah.
Yeah. Made one of those. An Aqualish.
Oh wow!
And a Gotal.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I gotta bring the whole bucket of those over sometime and just show them to you because they were
absolutely. I'd love to see those.
And then something happened in like late 2019, and we didn't wind up doing that LARP. I don't remember what it was. Something got in the way.
Okay, well, wasn't 2020? We were supposed to do this in 2020. I remember. I'm looking at the Facebook messaging. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. It was like, whatever.
No, COVID got in the way.
COVID got in the way. Everybody. But at least we followed through. But oh God, you're saying the Ewok movie. Oh my God, I'm so glad that they. That was one thing I do appreciate about. There's a meme that they show of two kids playing with Star Wars toys, and they always say it's like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni kind of making up their next story. But I like that to some degree because it is kind of fun. I think it works better for TV than it would for a movie because I think that in a TV I would like to see the Mandalorian in a 10-minute scene,
riding a blurg,
or trying to ride a blurg, or hanging off the back of a sandcrawler, and they're throwing stuff at him.
I hate when people call like just consistency Easter eggs. You know what I mean? Like, well, here's a little hidden detail. They get like, no, it's not. It's just something that exists in that world.
In Star Wars, yes. I mean, that's the thing. And that's something that's cool, and I like what they did. But I think it's a cool thing at Galaxy's Edge, but it's also it's a cool thing, but it's also a challenge. I'm not saying it's a problem. It's just a challenge. Is that when you're in Galaxy's Edge, they don't know what Star Wars is. There is no Star Wars in Galaxy's Edge. You're in it. Like you'll never see a Star Wars T-shirt.
Yeah.
Or a Star Wars. It's all that. Like when they first opened, they tried to everything in the food was named for Star, like Tip Yip, which is chicken nuggets. Now it said it in the thing,
right?
But people are dumb and they don't necessarily. Or some people.
It's just the normies aren't ready for it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I think that whole thing. Now I'll tell you though, I have never seen that. The only time I see Galaxy's Edge not crowded is the last hour. And the only reason it's the last hour is that everybody's going to either Magic Kingdom for fireworks, Epcot for fireworks, or Hollywood Studios for Fantasmic. So that you talk about being it's not as cool as you walking by yourself, completely empty, and then Billy D. Williams shows up. But it is pretty cool in that it's very lightly crowded.
Yeah,
it's getting darker. The sounds are still kind of prominent, and the lighting is still amazing. And then a lot of people show up in costume.
Yeah.
With their lightsabers, they're going to take photos, but it just feels like you never feel more in the universe than there because you got your cast members in costume, you got the guests in costume. It's just awesome.
There is a part of me that like kind of mourns for what could have been because like I remember when it was planned, like when they were talking about what it was going to be, it was much grander.
Yeah,
but not that
it isn't grand. I mean, and I still think that. I'm there. It'll be a long time. I hope within my life that there can be, because I know for a fact that right behind that tunnel that exits where you would take the shuttle back to the Halcyon, there's a lot of space back there. That could be another restaurant. That could be another ride.
Just another ride, like two rides, and one of them you can never get on because it's never working.
Yeah, That's been better with that. But anyway.
Man, that's the other guy, Mahonic.
Mahonic.
Little Danny DeVito Gran.
Yes.